RPTQ. I liked this deck yesterday, so I decided I'd figure I'd run it back at least another league. Mainly because it's kind of quick, and I liked it, and I think there's something to it. Still not entirely satisfied with this card, and I plan on sideboarding in Hazret less, but honestly, like, my back's just destroying me at the moment. I don't want to put a lot of thought into trying to tune a deck that I might not even be playing well. If I was positive I had a grasp... Oh god, there's a card missing from my sideboard. What the hell? Why is there a card missing from my sideboard? That's annoying. Was I missing one yesterday too? What is that card supposed to be? Well, let's try to figure it out so I can see what I'm missing out on. Oh, it's a 4 reduced to rubble. Yeah, I don't care a whole lot that I'm missing that. So that means I was missing it yesterday too, and I just didn't notice. Wow, that's pretty bad. I have multiple different ops on my deck? That's weird. Oh look, it looks like I'm on a red deck. Great. Let's see if we can find a 1-drop. Guess we'll keep it since it's a 1-drop. I feel like this deck's going to struggle very bad versus all of the blue-black decks. Well, all of the blue-black control decks. It probably won't be that bad versus the blue-black mid-range decks. That's unfortunate. It feels like I need to kill this card. We missed our land anyway. Could just lightning strike it, but I feel like I'm just giving up if I just throw a lightning strike at it. Thank you, Motobug. Appreciate that. I'm not using the Warlord's Fury here because I want him to block. It's terrible, George. And I'm going to use the Warlord's Fury now just to try to hit my land. But like, I actively wanted him to block, which is why I didn't use the Fury before. Say we're in rough shape now. If he has the counterspell to this, the game's probably just over. Or not counterspell, contempt. Or like a Walkie Bee, or just, if he has anything that stops this, the game's probably over. Alright, well, we got a tough decision now. Do we attack with this? If we do, there's a good chance we get Fatal Push, but I assume if we get Fatal Push, we're dead anyway. Or I assume if he has Fatal Push, we're dead anyway. I guess I'll keep that. It's a burn spell. It's the one thing that gives us a chance if he doesn't have Vraska's Contempt here. Like, maybe we can just untap and win. Kind of hoping he just plays Scarab God. Or that he makes the fatal mistake and let me untap and use my counterspell. Either of those things would please me very much. Nah, he tapped this for... Oh, wow. It's interesting. And a Knight of Malice? What does that mean for him? Hey now, I'm a pretty big fan of it too. So he's at 13 life. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That doesn't kill him, but that puts him at 3. Could alternatively just sticks him down to 7 and hold up Reducing Rubble for whatever he has next turn. Maybe that's good enough. Could also just put the Gifu on the floor, and then that lets him block with his gifted. Goes to 15. Then we'd be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and it gets this off the board. That's if he doesn't counterspell with, or that's if he doesn't block with this. That would be fantastic. Could just leave this up. What was that math again? Say I play this and I play both of these. That makes this a 4 and this a 4. So he takes 8 plus 6, 14. Goes to 1. Guess I can do most of that next turn. This puts him at 1 as well. Well, 1 to lightning strikes. I guess I could have just put him at 1 this turn. Like, I feel like this goes very bad if he finally does have the contempt. Well, that kind of wrecked me, didn't it? I was going to counterspell this to tap his lands. We know he wins if he can't kill this. We know we win. So if he taps out, we know we win. I wonder what we were going to draw. Ooh, another burn spell. Alright, how do we want to sideboard versus a deck like this? He showed me, what do you call it? Gifted Everborn, so it always makes me feel like I want these. Kinda feel like I want these as well. I think these are worse on the draw, and I would rather just have these in general if I was going to have any counterspell. I think I'm going to try something like this. Maybe I'm supposed to have the Chain Whirlers. Maybe I'm just supposed to be threat dense. They can kill Gifus, and they kill Champion Owits. Kind of like that idea. Maybe those aren't very good. I don't know. I think I've taken out too many burn spells at this point. Alright, well this hand's miserable, but I'm going to keep it. I think this card's so good to our plan that I'm just not willing to mull very many hands that have it. Keeping a land or a hand with 5 lands in your opener though is just definitely not a good sign. We keep sideboarding in duress versus me, and I really don't like it. Kind of don't want him to know about the Spire Bluff Canal, so. If I'd drawn a second one, that would have sucked, but it would have been worth it. Everborns are hard to kill, but we have, 11 answers. Plus, just drawing a Chain Whirler requires him to have a removal spell, which is really nice. There's another duress. I still think duress is probably worse for him than me. Hey, sweet, what's up, man? Cool. Land 7. Certainly not what you want when you keep this deck. Guess he wants to block with the Knight of Malice? I kind of want to block with the Hazoret, so that's weird. Because that's not too bad. I do have the 2/2 hasters. Another land's not going to get us anywhere. Eight land in our 22 land deck. He has no fear of me having an instant in my hand. Any instant lets me eat one of his guys. I don't think this is a particularly good block. Unless I guess he could have exactly Fatal Push for that, but... But that Knight attack seemed kind of awkward to me. Ooh, no, he's got a Vraska's Contempt. What will we do? Probably lose. Unless we, cycle ops into ops or something here. So that's 2 points of damage this turn. I mean, he could have a Fatal Push, but... Maybe it's not worth keeping the Lavamancer because it's fairly likely for him to have a Fatal Push at this point. There's only one Opt left in our deck as well. If he's attacking with both, that means he has to have an answer for Hazoret, right? Alright, well, the 9th land isn't going to get us there. So on to play, do I want anything like this? Probably not. I don't think I want to change anything, really. I'm just going to run it back. Hopefully we can attack with either our Hazoret one turn earlier or something. Alright, well this hand's pretty miserable as well, but I'm not going to mulligan it. If they have a Fatal Push, we're in soupsy bad shape. They mulligan to 5. They do have a mana intensive deck, so they got to put on top. No Fatal Push, please. They don't have a lot of black sources to come into play untapped. So if they mulligan to 5 and got that and that would be pretty unlucky for me, I think. Might as well do a quarter of their life. Have a Wizard's Lightning to get rid of a blocker if they have it. Seems like they've had a great mulligan. If they have a Champion of Wits, it'd be really good for them. Really, they picked my hand over the board in this spot. That amazes me. Could deal 1 extra point of damage here, but I'd rather have the Wizard's Lightning to try to like stop a Gifted Everborn or something. If they have a Contempt too, I'm going to be pretty sad. I feel like Doomfall's not good versus me. But what do I know? Sure. Alright, well, do we hit a land? Who knows? The answer is no. Admiral's Order's pretty good here, though. They really mulligan to 5 and get double Fatal Push plus a Doomfall? That's a pretty sick mulligan. Would counterspell anything they try to play that can resolve with this Admiral's Order? Land? Again, not a land. I don't know where I'm supposed to put that one on the top or not. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Because we don't know that the hazard will even be good next turn. You gotta have contempt. Or anything. And we have too many just wins this turn. Like any spell in any non-creature spell in our deck was just a win this turn. So there's very few things we could have drawn that would have been entirely dead. And a good chance to just draw a land anyway. One of our 9 lands from last game. So this is pretty bad. We can still hit an Abrade and just win. Still hit a burn spell and win. 2 looks at it. Some things are just tilting. Some things are just tilting. Been so far ahead this entire game. It's almost guaranteed that if he's making this attack that he's got contempt now, or like some other ground blocker, which was the reason that we didn't get the land for the Hazard on the previous turn. There's just too many things that kills us. Hopefully he doesn't have 2 contempts. Yes, 2 contempts, we're in bad trouble because this will put him at 4 and the other contempt will put him at 6. And he's attacking, so this is bad. I've not tried the blue-black improvised deck, but I have tried the Grixis. I should probably try the blue-black at some point. Well, if he's got a contempt, we have to hit a spell. I only got 2 mana open, right? So just kill this and bash. If he's got Blink of the Eye or something, we would lose. Antiquity War is insane. The one thing that worries me about Antiquity Wars is I honestly think all of the green-black decks and all of the Stompy decks should just have 4 Brontodon main. I know that they don't, but I think they're building their decks wrong. And I also think like the blue-white decks and stuff should probably have 4 Castouts main. So the fact that like I'm relying on a card that people can just like kill accidentally. But I think, but like it's not. I know a lot of people tell you like you can't be worried about playing your spell because they have negate in the sideboard. But I'm just saying like I don't like the fact that I believe correct builds of decks should be overlapping in the main deck. But they're not doing that right now. And while they're not doing that, then it's pretty easy to say that like Antiquities War is a lot better. This character is unplayable. I think Blue Black Scarab God is favored versus Teferi. It was favored versus Approach, and I can't see how that's changed any. Yeah, well, we have to mulligan. We have to mulligan again. I guess we keep... I'm just going to mulligan again. I'm not keeping that hand. Considering the blue-black scarab or the other. If I miss my land drop, I'm going to scoop. I'm probably going to scoop either way, actually. I guess I'm not going to scoop either way. Maybe I should have kept the 5-card hand. I don't know. Assuming we hit a land here, it feels like if he can't answer this that we still just win the game. Hey, Destinied Martyr. What is up? Well, we didn't hit our land, so... Let's see if we can hit our land now. Answer is yes. I guess I have to kill that or I'm not winning the race anyway, so I might as well do this and get the extra point of damage. I could have let him see if he wanted to block, but like he just wasn't going to block. Well, at least him killing that means this has a potential of being a better card, which is really the payoff card for this deck. Yeah, I like this deck a lot, JJ. I think it's pretty good. We mulliganed to 4 this game, so like we're obviously pretty far behind in a game that we've mulliganed to 4. That's a tilt. Alright, we're done here. Alright, so what do we change out of the sideboard? I kind of want 1 Hazoret, and I think I want all of these. I don't want any of these. I think I want to shave these as well. I shave these probably too much. They have Chain Whirlers in their deck, so I guess I'm going to cut these. I'm just supposed to bring in Hazoret. Sure. Alright, I've convinced myself to bring in Hazoret again. I told myself when I started this league I wasn't going to bring in Hazoret as much, but I seem to just be bringing it in every game again. Alright, well, we mulligan into a hand that can't win, but we're going to keep this hand. I'm going to put that on top too. No, we can't physically cast it, and I'm okay with that. Esper could be. I think a Scarab God deck may be. I would not be shocked if a Scarab God deck ends up being the best deck in the format. I've been telling my team we need to be playing blue-black control. I've not mentioned Scar or Esper just because I don't think we can make the mana work, but... I think I'm going to do this so I can attack. Oh, what do you know? They played Hazoret first. Who do you think wins this game? Anybody want to take a guess on who wins the game that Hazoret gets played first? By the way, it's a personal pet peeve of mine to get paired versus Wizards employees who can't win prizes. They only knock people out of prizes. I think that's a pretty shitty system that Wizards has designed in general. I'm gonna put him at 5 because like maybe he won't play around us top decking Hazard or something. Never mind. He incidentally played around us top decking Hazard just by drawing a Soulscar Mage. Well, Black Red Vehicles is the best quote unquote level 1 deck in the format, I guess. 3 blocks were dead. Oh well. Not a whole lot you can do in the aggro mirror when you're both mulliganing and they hit Hazard. Really dislike losing potential money versus somebody who can't win potential money, though. I think that's something that they should take away from Wizards. I have no friends qualified for the Pro Tour because I suck. We'll keep. Maybe we'll draw a land to turn our stuff on, but maybe we won't. It's just another aggro deck. Rip. It discards your hand, then it draws 2, and then I think it adds +2 to everything you play. Alright. Pretty important that we draw an untap land. No. No untap land? Alright. We're going to go ahead and kill this before it gets out of control. JK just has another. Wait, what? That did not feel worth. I guess he has to be casting Hazard next turn to be doing that. Nothing else makes sense. Considering I'm not beating Hazard no matter what, I'm just attacking him. That's fair. He feels qualified for this PT, and he's just going to play level 1 red-black too, I'm sure of it. That's right, I called you out, Heath, if you're watching. I feel like there's almost no chance that our opponent doesn't have a Hazard in his hand. You can outrace a Hazard now if he doesn't also have a burn spell, but like you can almost guarantee that he also has a burn spell. The way this game's just playing out. I would bet on him having multiple burn spells now. You know what we can't beat? Burn spells. You know what we're not going to play around? Burn spells. Alright. Can we stop mulliganing, deck? I've been playing longer than 22 years, so I just suck. I guess I don't want any of these versus just ambient chain whirlers. Seems like we have pretty clean cuts for this match. I guess we can stop mulliganing. All of a sudden, our hands have gone to crap. Like, I feel like we've not played Magic in our last 4 games. Whee! I don't know what I am. I'm in a mulliganing fiend right now. Like, we probably should have mulliganed last round, or last game, even though we didn't. Whee! In almost every game we've played today, we've either mulliganed or drawn more lands than spells. And the sad thing is we've won several games. Pretty sure if we don't draw something relevant, we just scoop next turn. Build the smash? That's an awkward one. Alright, what's our out here? Him not killing this and us running like opt into something? JK, this thing's dead. Alright, a Hazret. That's our another build to smash. Alright, I don't know if Hazret's even good enough now. This is a comp league, yeah. We've got paired versus this same deck twice. He drew Hazret both games first, too. Alright, well, we can theoretically win if we just hit cantrips. That's not a cantrip. We had outs there. Because they made a weird attack. Like, we had 0% chance to win that game, and they made an attack that actually gave us a reasonable chance. Not a reasonable chance. I mean, we had to get lucky, but you know what I'm saying. They gave us an out when we had no out. But hopefully we can stop mulliganing and finish up this league. I still think this deck's pretty good. I mean, we basically lost to the monocolor version of this deck in our last 2 losses, so I don't necessarily count that against this deck. We also didn't play Magic either of those games. We're not going to play Magic this game either. We've got like 2 shitty lands. Maybe that's one of the reasons you don't play blue, but like this card's so good. Like, this card is so good. Yeah, this is a good match for us, as long, or presumably. Can't, whether it's Grixis, Red Black Control, Red Black Aggro, I can't imagine any of those decks just not being great for us, but we have 2 lands and they both come into play tapped, so that is a horrible sign for us. Guess I'm just going to play this one. In case we draw Spire Bluff Canal next turn, I want access to 3 red mana. There's only 3 counter spells in the deck, but yeah, I don't think they're very good either. Well, we got too slow of a start to this game, so we're going to have to get pretty lucky. We're going to need him not to kill this. If he kills this, we can probably just scoop. Maybe the blue in this deck's just not worth it. We've still so many games of this blue card, though. They're like legitimately stolen just a ton of games of this guy. Hey, JJND. Thanks for the follow, fam. If he pumps this up, that's very, very bad for me. If he's taking the time to pump this up, that means he's probably got a removal spell for this as well. Unless he pumps it up twice, then that would be good, but... Yeah, him only pumping it up once, like I said. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. Red mana? So we can win? That's not a red mana. Oh, well. We can attack for 14, but like 14's really not good enough. Can't ever beat a Hazard, or sorry, we can't ever beat Glorybringer here. Yes, I'm going to kill this one just to prevent damage. And in theory, we can still win next turn, even if he has a Glorybringer to kill this. Double Wizard's Lightning plus the Soulscar Mage would win next turn. The Reducing Rubble wouldn't let me beat a Glorybringer because I would be taking too much damage on the ground. Because I would be dead to almost everything. I'm at 10 life. It wasn't enough to kill him. He had 10 damage in play. Alright, well, if he leaves the Thopter back, I don't know if we can win. Everything bad happened. If we draw an untapped red, we still win, but... Untapped red mana? That's an untapped red mana. Wait, do we win? Maybe my math's wrong. No, we don't win, do we? So say he blocks this. So we need to leave something back to block this with? Maybe we just leave them both back? No, leaving them both back's wrong. We're just going to attack with the Soulscar Mage. If he doesn't block, he's dead. If he does block, we have some outs, I guess. If we only attack with one, there's some chance he doesn't block too. Alright, reduce to rubble. Be our hero. Kinda want him to tap a whole lot of mana now. The counter was good after all. I'll be damned. We won that game. Who expected us to win that game? Raise your hand in the air. And wave them like you just don't care. I don't think the counters are good in this match, though. Have you guys noticed that I sideboard basically the exact same in every match? I'm sideboarding the exact same in every match. Maybe we should be rethinking how we're building the deck. Or maybe I'm not sideboarding very well. When close was because of our bad blue mana. So maybe the risk isn't worth the reward. I'm not sure. Or if we could just cut those for like some Kari Zevs and it'd be a better deck. This hand's fine. It's one of the better hands we've had today. And he's on the mulligan. I like the card, but I'm afraid of it just getting swept up by ambient chain whirlers that they're going to have in their deck regardless. Like, losing your creature to a chain whirler is one of the worst feelings. 4 lands and 3 spells, by the way. And yet, I call this one of the best hands we've had today. Really? That thing's good enough to kill? I would not have guessed that thing was good enough to kill. We now have 6 lands and 4 spells. Tap black mana first. That's probably a bad sign. That means this thing's probably getting the murder boated. They sideboarded in duress versus me. I still don't understand why people sideboard in duress. It's like such a medium game draw. Sideboarding a bunch of removal spells is all you have to sideboard in. Cards like duress don't really do much. All of my cards are basically the same in value. So if they're all basically the same, what does it matter if you make me discard this one or that one? And I'm a Hazoret deck, so putting spells in my graveyard can't be bad for me, can it? Wow, it's storming outside. I attack you. Get wrecked, pal. It's the same people that like leave Fault Seize in versus Burn in Modern because a Fault Seize does 2 to them, but a you know, their Burn spell's going to deal 3. It just makes no sense to me. Well, that was a good draw for them. That was not a good draw for me. If they can't expect the Hazoret from this deck, though, like that doesn't seem like a relevant statement to me. Like you can guess that this deck has Hazoret. had Hazard in the sideboard, didn't he? Maybe he doesn't block. JK, they block, they don't care. I guess that was a terrible attack because if I had a spell... Yeah, cards are pretty pricey. Well, at one point, I'm going to draw a spell, or he's going to draw a thing. Think he drew a removal spell that turn? Just gonna attack with the Hazard now. He may take the damage the way I did that. Pretty fine if he did. So Eldritch Reborn's not even that good at the moment. Kills like a 2/2. Alright, they're done. Ooh, that was going to be a good draw. Let us do 17 that turn. Alright, we can beat the slower aggro decks, I guess. Could put a lot of thought into whether we want to switch to the mono red version. This hand's fine. We get to pretend we're mono red for a turn? Is this really the 4th red deck in a row? Fourth red deck in a row. I think our deck loses to the other faster red decks. I think our deck loses to the other faster red decks. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Don't want Beaumont Courier attacking. Also probably should have played Mountain. I think I'm gonna kill this. I don't really have anything else going on. I have no idea who that is. I don't even know who's on Team Face-to-Face games. I want to play this, but it doesn't feel great. Kind of want to attack this turn, too. His attacking's just bad. I thought BBD was on Genesis. Damn it. I think that just cost us the game. Yeah, Chain Whirler's just so good. I have to keep that, even though I don't want to. Like, I'm so far behind. The hell are they on face-to-face games? Chain Whirler's so good. I think it single-handedly won this game. I felt like we were in great shape until he did that. Now I feel like we just can't ever win. Maybe we could draw Hazoret. I don't know. I have no idea, not. My team does not test, so I am clueless. All I know is I'm playing blue-white. So I drew 7 lands. I'm gonna double block this, but he's got 4 cards in his hand. I just don't see a way out. Fuck you, Chain Whirler. Scoop to any removal spell. We scoop to practically any spell. I don't even know if I get to go to the RPTQ anymore. I threw my back out and I can't even stand at the moment. Is this the slowest lightning strike in the history of lightning strikes to be cast? It is not. But we don't have an answer to a flyer anyway. Alright, well, let's sideboard the exact same cards in that I've sideboarded in quite literally every round. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this Spellweaver Eternal seems like it's just terrible. And apparently I've misdrugged something. There it is. The Spellweaver Eternal, not a good card. Especially if you get paired 4 rounds versus red decks. I do believe that black-white is playable alongside of blue-white. However, I think black-white in general is weaker than red-black. I think you basically only want to play black-white in blue-white heavy fields, and I don't think a team RPTQ counts as a blue-white heavy field, because the max you can get paired versus is 1 of 3 every round. So that means even if you get paired versus a team with blue-white, which realistically is going to be most teams, you're not a favorite to get paired versus it. But the big thing is I think black-white messes up your other decks. Like, I don't think you can play black-white alongside of Snake. I don't think you can play black-white alongside as mono-green, or alongside mono-green Stompy. I do think that you can make enough changes between the black-white and the blue-white deck, though, that they don't overlap too much. They basically only overlap by, like, cast out anyway. Some builds overlap by Silhouette, but I don't like Silhouette in black-white anymore. So it's like mostly just cast out. You can just like play more bindings in the black-white build. Yeah, I hate the RPTQ system. I definitely hate the team RPTQ system. I hate the fact that I can't play my RPTQ online. I think that's what a lot of people will do, but I honestly think mono red and black white's just worse than black red, but not everybody agrees with me. That's just my opinion. I think something could change at the Pro Tour, right? But I think, and I'm throwing out parentheses here, that red-black's just the, with current information, is just the by far best deck. Like, not even close to not being the best deck. See if we can find an actual creature, because we're not going to win with just 3 random burn spells in our hand. Sure. Could have a shock from my face. Still think it's worth it. Hopefully they can't kill this one too. Oh, they can. They still have 4 cards in hand. This is terrible. If they have a Phoenix or something, we have to spend 2 spells to kill it. You notice versus most of these, mono red decks, we're not drawing our payoff card either in our blue red flyer. I don't think blue white's even that good of a deck. So I've had to 2-for-1 myself twice. I've thrown 9 damage at Phoenixes to deal 4 damage with a Lava Runner. It's probably stupid. That's what we need to draw. We need to draw this card. If we draw this card, we're in good shape. We brought all 3 of them in, so maybe. Alright, we now officially lose. I mean, blue-white's what I'm testing. I just don't think it's good. I think it basically beats bad players. Or players that haven't built their sideboard in a manner to try to beat it. Rip. And down we go to 3 mono red decks. I will play a second league today. Could try to update this to just the mono red build, but I'll save that for another day. I'm just going to run this back one more league. So far, let's see, we went 4-1 and 2-3 with the deck, so we're 6-4. I don't remember what we lost to yesterday. If anybody's watched the video and can remind me, that's great. I don't remember at all. We'll keep it. We got a bunch of this card that I don't like. Our opponent's playing a red deck. We're just not going to win with a million Spellweaver Eternals. How many times do I have to click that? Could be playing the red-green deck that I saw. Land? Yay, land. There it is, 20. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate it, man. Brontodon seems good here. I wonder if I'm ever supposed to just attack with both Spellweaver Eternals and throw a shock at it there. Seems like it's just better to do it this way, though. Maybe they don't have an answer for the, this thing. If they do have an answer for it, we're probably in the same spot we were a second ago. So they could have another Brontodon, I guess. That's weird. That's so weird from that deck. Show them what's coming. I'm actually going to attack this turn too. I don't care if these trade for these. I get to deal damage too. If he doesn't block the second one, I might just let the first one die. Eh. Whatever, I guess. It's fine. I think I deal enough damage to him that it's worth it. There's an argument not to even attack that turn, but when he shows me this red, I'm just assuming there's enough removal spells in his deck that it's not worth my risk. Like, this thing might not get done taps, what I'm afraid of. I'll throw one of these away for 2 damage. Or 4 damage, as this case may be. Because now he's got to kill this and this. Or me. And every burn spell in my deck's lethal now. I feel like that's worth it. I feel like he should have blocked this with this. JK, he couldn't. Alright. So let's try these. This, and he showed us a bunch of artifacts, so these seem okay. I'll go ahead and get rid of these on the draw. We'll get rid of these on the draw. I think I'm going to get rid of these on the draw. Don't think I'm going to bring in one Hazoret. I don't know what I'm going to take out for it. I'm just not going to bring it in. I want all my burn spells because they are a Llanowar Elf deck. Maybe I need the extra Hazards though, because like Brontodon's really, really good versus me. Alright. Changed my mind. One alteration. I'll keep it. A land or two too many. I think most of our games that we've lost is because we've not drawn lands. Like, we've had multiple mulligans today to, like, we've even had a mulligan to 4 today over lands. Huh. I don't think I want to waste a lightning strike on that. Trying to think of what 4-drops they can have that makes me want to use the lightning strike. Hey Max, what's up, my friend? Been a while, my friend. Don't think any, because I think even if they Brontodon, I just throw a lightning strike at it and then clean it up with the chain whirler. Which feels great. Feels great, Areno. Sure. If we draw a land, we can hazard it next turn. If we draw a number of spells, we can Adez and a big attack. Alright, we'll accept our land then. And we'll just attack with the 5/4 that the green-red decks traditionally have a really hard time to deal with. Now any spell in our deck is active with this, which is pretty sick. That's not a spell. I'm just going to cast it anyway. I probably should have held this one. I didn't. I tried to click this, but I was too slow. Anyway, I was going to say I probably should have held this one just in case he has like Sweldring Suns or something. And he should be at 10 right now, but I was too slow to click this. I suck. That's a Sir Reginald. This is one of the 5-0 decks from the other day. Alright. The opponent should be at 8 going to 6 had I not punted. Well, that's a good one. Alright, so he's only got 2 blockers now. So he blocks this and he blocks this. Again, he's got 2 blockers now, so say he blocks this, and he blocks this, he's still taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? So he blocks the 2 biggest, and he's taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. This is killing something no matter what, so even if he has like Sir Reginald, he's not lethal on the swing back. So if my math is somehow messed up here, we still win. I think my math's good. Chain Whirler is a really good card. The more I play this deck, the more I think we don't need these blue cards, and we should just be playing like Chain Whirlers and Kari Zevs in the main deck, maybe more Hazards in the main deck. I'm sure there's a build like that somewhere. That's what we're going to have to look into for future leagues. This is going to be the last league that I'm playing today, though, because to be honest, I shouldn't even have played this league. My back is rocking and rolling, so to speak, and it's actually time for me to take more pain meds, but I'm going to wait until after. There's supposed to be a reducing rebel on my sideboard, and I forgot it. I noticed it last league, and then I forgot to add it into this league. But it's supposed to be a reducing rebel. It's just a stupid mistake. If it counts, I don't think there's a single time I would have sideboarded it in so far, though, so at least we got that going for us. I guess I'm going to play this one. But yeah, it's supposed to be a reducing rebel. I just forgot. Alright, well, if he gets an unanswered snake, we're going to lose, of course. Well, that's not good for us. Oh, sweet, that is good for us. It means he might not have the land. Interesting. Do I worry about killing this? Or do I just kill this? I think I'm going to kill this. No argument not to kill anything there. I think there's a pretty strong argument to not kill anything there. A snake now? Didn't have it last turn. I think we die if he's got a walking ballista, but I think we're in good shape if he doesn't. I don't really even care if he has Viridis Gearhulk. I mean, like, it's obviously not good for us, but I don't care a whole lot about it. I do care about us drawing now our 6th land. So he has to block here. And our dude's going to survive, so I think it's worth it. If he doesn't block, he's dead. I think if we were on the play, we would have easily won this game, and I think we have a chance to win it on the draw. Obviously, Walking Ballista or another Gearhulk would just kill us. But I kind of said that a couple turns ago, that if he just had Walking Ballista, we can't win. And we can't win. He's got Walking Ballista. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we would have probably won that game on the play, I think. Hey, guess what? We're sideboarding in again, guys. All of these red spells. More indicating that they should probably be in our main deck. Won all of the shocks because they're just so good with the Soul Scar Mage. What is the date? The 29th? Rip, more mulligans. I guess we'll keep this hand. Unknown shores, baby. I think I'm going to use this opt, even though I really don't want to. They sideboarded into rest too? Come on. Four lands, free spells again. And our opponent has a discard spell after we've mulliganed. Does anybody know what that means in terms of us having a chance this game? Spoiler, it's really bad for us. This type of draw that says we have to draw Hazard or we can't win. And then Hazard may not win. I have been plagued with mulligans today. If he doesn't have a contempt, a Hazard would probably do it. Left a snake on top, that's a bad sign. Means a Hazard probably wouldn't do it. Our sixth land. Oh, and a walking ballista. How good. Should have attacked first. May have taken it. The positive note is if his hands of bricks were at least stable. He has more dead draws in his deck than we do because he's got things like Duress for no apparent reason. Oh no, you just have another walking ballista. The best card in your deck versus us. Can I draw the best card in my deck versus you, please? Nope. I get 7th land. It's the first time we've lost to black-green snakes, but again, we mulliganed, we flooded, and they had a discard spell. Discard spell didn't necessarily hurt us. Like, I still don't think they're very good versus us, but when we've already mulliganed, us just not having spells is pretty bad. Ooh, opponent's trying for the pity chest. We'll keep this hand. It's not very good, but whatever. Definitely going to cast Op this turn just to try to find a 1-drop or a 2-drop. The only thing that would really change that is maybe Beaumont, but I don't even think Beaumont would change that. I guess I'll keep it just because I need to land. I'm willing to shock anything they can play this turn. Did we play this guy earlier? That name sounds familiar. We did not. Well, this is bad for us. Just gonna pass. Well, that changes things. Feel like there's a good chance he just has Murder Boat the way he paused so long. Freshy B. I think I'm going to go ahead and shoot that one. If he blocks, I'll shock the kill, but if it doesn't shock, I'm probably going to I don't like how I've played this game already. He's got so many cards and we have so nothing. Feel like he's just going to cast Chandra or something and I'm going to get crushed. That's or something. That counts. Oh, just multiple removal spells. Well, I'm not beating that. Hazard? Go ahead and play the land so at least I don't die to a Goblin Chain Whirler. Which if he's got Goblin Chain Whirler in his free color deck, I'm going to get salty. I feel like we're dead. It's weird. I guess he's going to try to Murder Boat now. Hazard or bust, friendos. Grr. How often am I begging for a Hazard when we play this deck? guess we won't concede. Alright, we'll move on to the next game. Hey, Hazrits. Welcome back to the deck, my friends. I think I just want more creatures in general. Snap keep. Wonder if he's got Land or Elves. I'm going to actually cast a Dez here, or however you pronounce it, and I assume we're going to use removal spell but it's because I've drawn a second one, which is why I'm casting it. I expect this to do no damage, but I've already got, like I said, a second copy of the Legendary in my hand. They'll probably have an answer for this one too. This match seems like a nightmare for this deck. Seems like our opponent came prepared to be anything aggressive and lose to anything controlling. Guess I'm going to cast this one. Hmm. Don't think I can win. If he blocks, maybe I can kill a Thrashing, but like I don't think this lets us win at all. Everybody got quiet. Is he going to exert? He is. If he doesn't have an answer for this Dez when we do cast it in a turn or two, maybe we have a chance. I'm trying to hold it back till we can actually get the trigger for it because I think it's important. Don't kill a guy. Don't kill a guy. If you kill a guy, I'm in rough shape. Because they probably have a removal spell too. Alright, we're done here. One round it looks so good and one round it looks so bad. Yeah, well, we'll keep. One of the better hands we've had in the past, say, hour and a half. Probably not good versus any red-black deck, though, because we drew double Spellweaver, and they just get crapped on by Chain Whirler. We don't beat things like this, do we? Guess if he can't kill this thing, we have a chance. That seems like a weird block. You're still taking 2 damage and you're losing an exceptionally good creature that kept this thing back? Just seems odd. We're literally drawing every creature in our deck, which is a good thing in a match like this. The sad thing is it just may not be good enough. Contempt into Gearhulk Contempt. So it was in fact not good enough and we just lose. I guess since they're at 12 life, we won't scoop. Maybe we can draw a burn spell for like 3 turns in a row. These infinite removal decks are just decks that this deck will never beat. I guess he's going to take damage and maybe lose his blocker. Think I'm fine with trading them. Start attacking with Lava Runner if he bricks one more turn. JK, no brick. Well, that's going to be rough. Because now we have to basically draw 10 points of burn. We're not likely to draw very many more creatures. Red-black doesn't have very much removal, neither does green-black. And blue-white's removal is extremely slow. Like, I feel like a strong favorite versus all 3 decks you just mentioned. Like, I feel like a significant favorite versus all 3 of those decks. The closest one being green-black. I feel like only a little favorite versus green-black. But I feel like it's hard to lose versus red-black and hard to lose versus white or white-blue. We drew well this game, though. We have no excuse. We didn't draw bad or anything. We just got paired versus a deck that can cast a removal spell all the way up the curve. Like, most of the red-black decks now are playing the Moldrifter Corey Bottommaster deck, which means they have like 2 Magma Sprays, 2 Abrades, and 2 Murder Cuts. Like, they just don't have a whole lot. They just can't beat Hazard ever. Unfortunately, our last 2 opponents can actually beat Hazard. Like that green black snake, the green black snake deck today is the first time I've lost to that match as well. I sideboard the same way every match. I really should just cut the blue cards. At this point, the blue cards just aren't worth it. But we are getting kind of crushed today. Yeah, we'll keep it. We have a 5-land, no-spell hand. I mean, we're literally just not playing Magic in the majority of these games. But this isn't the type of deck that can, like, just mulligan a bunch. I mean, like, we lost this game with our opening draw. If we mulligan, we're still likely to lose the game. If he has a very bad draw, it's pretty much the only chance we have right now. The same thing with like the Jund deck last round. Like that deck probably has 15 removal spells. We don't have that many creatures. That's hyperbole. I mean, we have 16 creatures, but just saying. Just saying. See what I mean? He's got a creature on every step. Or a removal spell on every turn that we've played a creature. You just can't beat those. I missed 2 points of damage. I thought I had 2 instants in my graveyard already. Wasn't paying enough attention. I really need to cut the blue spells in this deck, and that's game. I don't know. I guess it's not game. Hazoret can still potentially win. We'll throw this away to see if he'll block. There's just no decks that have as much removal as Jund or Grixis. Certainly don't want that. Kinda hope he makes a bro. He did not make a bro. That's unfortunate. There was no reason for him to make a bro. I was just hoping he would mess up. Yep, Fatal Push 2. We never draw Hazoret in these spots either. There's only 3 in the deck, but this is like the 3rd game today that I feel like we just win if we draw Hazoret, and it's just never been in our hand at any point. I also feel like opponent just doesn't have anything here. Our Kingdom for a Hazoret. There's a Hazoret. I don't think Hazoret's even especially good versus him. I'm just saying I think it's good in this situation because I think we have a pretty decent read on his hand. I think his hands have been pretty much stone bricks. Like, he definitely just top decked that, for example. He's had nothing up until this point. Yeah, Hazoret's definitely an honorary wizard. So is the Chain Gain. I mean, the point like stands the same like he's been on air, right? Like, he had to hit something. He's had nothing relevant. Alright, well, we drew Hazard and we won. He's got Doom Files and he's got Contempts. Whenever I'm supposed to bring these in, they just don't feel good enough. I want to try these. I hesitate to take the Shocks out because he's probably just going to play like a one of those little stupid things. What do you call those stupid things? Glints or something? Alright, well, that's mulligan versus the deck that we can't... Whatever, I'm just going to keep it. I'm not going to mulligan twice. Almost won a 23rd land in this deck, but we've lost so many games in that just because we draw 1,000 lands as well. I attack you for 1. Save the Wizard's Lightning in case he's got the energy dude. Or the Chain Whirler. You know he has removal. Nice islands. At least we can play it. I think it does next to nothing. It does 1 point of damage and gets him to discard a card, but we did get to play it. And we can scoop. I think that match is miserable. I think the Jund match is miserable as well. Luckily, those two decks aren't very popular. So what are we? 3 and 6 today? Yeah, we're getting crushed pretty badly. We'll scoop to this opponent even if we're about to win. We don't want to take any potential prize away from him. Excuse me. Five lands, 4 spells. It's what I call a pretty bad sign. Oh, this match is pretty bad too. We don't have any abrades or anything in the main deck, so we just have to pray we're fast enough. We can never be fast enough versus a turn 4. We're just not going to be fast enough in general with this hand. We now have 6 lands, 4 spells. This deck feels like it requires a lot of things to go right to be playable. Like him just casting a Chain Whirler right now, like, just shuts us down entirely. Or not Chain Whirler, Champion. Turn 4 refurbish. So good. If they put a Burrow in the graveyard, the game's just over. Well, it's not over, I mean. A, they didn't put it in the graveyard, and B, we could have, like, top decked opt into opt into opt or some craziness. We didn't. I think we can pretty much scoop right now, but I'm not going to scoop until they show me a life gainer because maybe we just draw our flyer and get lucky. There's the life gainer. And he's got this that can block as well. So, just dead. Oh, super dead. That was a not bright, but whatever. Alright, let's bring these in. Let's bring these in. And let's bring these in. So match I'm going to leave the Reducer Rebels in. I don't think I would have sideboarded the last one in, but I'm going to leave those in. I don't think Hazards are really good here. I feel like they have 1,000 ways to block. Yeah, well, this hand's not good, but I'm not going to mulligan it. I think I've about reached my limit of being able to set up. It's going to be hard to finish this match. Yeah, well, if we can draw a blue land, we have a chance. Preferably a blue-red land. If we can't, we probably don't. Well, we got half of what we wanted. It's better than not getting half of what we wanted. Doesn't have a creature, so that means I'm still just adding more to the board. That's a good one. Not good enough. Oh, he's got a Spell Pierce. I guess maybe it is good enough. So if he blocks that, he's still dead. We did it, fam. We got that turn 5 kill like a champ. Woo! Kinda makes me almost want these back. Yeah, I don't think Spell Pierce is very good. I think anybody who plays it in those decks is making an active mistake. But that's okay. It's probably pretty good versus my deck. I'm glad that he showed it to us though, because now we know to play around it in terms of potentially using an Abrade. Oh, well, I guess we have to mulligan again. Sure, we'll keep it. Hand's pretty terrible, but whatever. We'll keep that too. This deck just seems too fragile. Where it's so bad on turn 2, it feels like it has to have a lot of things to go right. I think Spell Pierce is okay if you're in an aggressive deck. I do not think it's very good. Like, you should just never put it in a deck that's not aggressive. Like, I would think putting it in like blue-white, for example, is just a stone mistake. Alright, don't have it. If you have it, we're in trouble. It's not the worst if you're wanting to play like a blue-white. It's not the worst thing in the world in this deck. I just think it's significantly worse than the counterpart. Would I put it in Sultai Snake? Yeah, it's fine enough in Sultai Snake. I don't like the play I'm making right now, but because if he just happens to have turn 4 refurbish 2 games in a row, we're dead. We could have held this up, but we're not going to win by not being able to attack. And he does have it 2 turns or 2 games in a row. That's frustrating. Can we draw on a Braid then? Guess I can delete that since this game is basically over now. And he's got the Angel, so we get the scoop. You just can't beat turn 4 refurbish sometimes. He had it both games that he won. The game that he didn't have it, he lost pretty hard. Well, today didn't go very well. I think we learned that the blue's not good enough in this deck. Like, when it gets its great draws, it's still pretty good, but its great draws just don't feel good enough. I also don't see anybody at all that I want to host. Yeah, I don't see anybody to host. Well, that means I just won't bother hosting. Wait, here's... No, he's drafting too. Everybody's drafting. I hate having to flip through all of these arena players to try to find somebody to host. Fine, we'll just host Hoogland. And we'll host Frank Lepore. Whatever. But thanks for stopping by today. Sorry that the results wasn't good. Tomorrow when we come back, we might try the mono red version of this. I'm not sure. But take care, everybody, and thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it.